Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Robin, in case you don't know who I am, and this is Knotting Hook Crochet. So we are on week 11, can you believe it? 11 weeks into our temperature blankets. And we are 11 weeks, into our temperature blankets. Sorry, I needed a drink. As I was saying, we are 11 weeks into our temperature blanket. Can you believe it? It is, March is more than halfway over with already. So I don't have any shares this week. If you would like to share your temperature blanket with everyone, if you shoot me an email, I'll put my link, I'll float my email address in here, and you can send me a picture of your progress and maybe, a little bit of info like, your first name, your location as far as like a city or a state or a country, whatever you are comfortable with sharing. So send me an email and I will share your temperature blanket with everyone. Let's take a look at the progress of my blanket. And for those of you who are new, I am doing my birth year compared to current year to show the effects of climate change on our temperatures. So we will start with our birth year, or my birth year. And I'm still attached. I didn't work in any of my ends, so just how it is this week. Okay, so this is where we are. We started off. Okay, so we started off the week with sunflower, which is this yellow. Then we went to 83 degrees, which brought us to curry. And then we got to use cognac again for 85. Then we dropped back down to the low 80s for 2 days. We dropped down into the high 70s. So we got a row of egg yolk and then back up to the low 80s for curry. I'm getting confused trying to read my own handwriting. That's not good. So greens and blues were my cooler colors. I only got to use blue one time so far. And we had plenty of green in the birth year. Okay, so this is future me, and I always forget to say this in videos, but hitting that like button or leaving a comment down below really helps the channel out, and it helps others to find our channel. And yeah, we can share the love of crochet if everybody just hits that like button and says hello down below. All right, back to our video. Now we're on a warming trend in my birth year, so we're into more of the yellow hues. At least that's what I thought they were when I ordered them. So birth year, current year, I'm still attached. And again, I did not work in my ends. I got spoiled from last week where I had that nice solid block of curry and didn't have to work in very many ends. Okay, so this week for this year has been a little strange. It's one of those weeks where you don't know how to dress for the day. So we started off the week with a high of 80 degrees, which put us in curry. Then we were at 83, so we had another row of curry. Then we dropped to 74, so we got to use the egg yolk. Then we dropped to 69, so we had a row of hunter green. And then the very next day, we bounce up to 77. So we're back into egg yolk. And I messed up. I was supposed to have a row of sunflower in there. Shoot. I'm not undoing it. It's 1 degree off. But the row under the green should have been sunflower. Don't you just love it when you mess something up? Darn it. I am not taking all these rows out. I'm sorry. It's 1 degree off. We're going to deal. Okay, so it should have been sunflower. And then we went to the 69 degrees for the hunter green. And then 77 degrees egg yolk. 80 degrees curry, and then back down to 79 for egg yolk. Now that has just thrown me off. Oh my goodness. So, like today, we get up and it's in the high 40s. Right now, oh, I'm not sure what time it is. Probably about 11-ish in the morning. And we're at like 54. So I don't know what our high for today will be. But if we stay below 59 or below, we'll have another row of, well, 69 or below. We'll have another row of green in here. But for the most part, this one, very, very little green, very little cold weather so far this year. What can you do? I am really annoyed with myself that I messed that up. This is, my goodness. What would you do? Would you pull out all those rows? 1, 2, 3, how many rows back? 1, 2, 3, 4. Would you pull out 5 rows to fix it? Or would you just run with it being 1 degree off? I am super bummed. Oh. So for those of you who don't know, the stitch I am doing is called a open mesh. And it is done with 2 single crochets and a chain. And when you repeat the, move on to the second row, your 2 single crochets go in the chain space. It's kind of like a granny cluster, but it's done with single crochet and only 2 stitches instead of 3. I am using Hobby, their Amigo brand DK yarn, and a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. Gosh, I'm so annoyed with myself. This is my temperature chart, and I have been tracking my temperatures in this little pocket calendar. I already went through and wrote down all my birth year temperatures, so I already know what's going to happen with that. We just have to wait for the current year to happen to be able to move on with this project. And next up, we will show you the side-by-side views so you can see the comparison of almost 60 years worth of, God, I can't believe I'm getting that old, almost 60 years worth of climate change. So here it is. Your the birth year is on the left and the current year is on the right. And yeah, starting to look pretty cool. So if you guys ever wanted to try color work projects but just were like hesitant because of those awful yarn bobbins, I have the perfect thing for you. So if you click on this video right here, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.